So in this video, we're going to learn how to make our own smart matter-based motion sensor, using which you can not just control other matter-based devices, but can also trigger alarms as well, all with the help of Xiao ESP32-C6 board via Matter protocol using Amazon's ecosystem. So hey everyone, this is Sachin Soni and you're watching the 6th episode of our ESP32 Matter series, and in this series, my goal is to make you all ready to build your own Matter-ready IoT hardware by yourself, as I truly believe Matter is the future of smart home devices. So in our last episode, we learned how to integrate the addressable RGB LED with the Xiao ESP32-C6 port to control the brightness and color of the light, all via Matter protocol using Amazon's ecosystem. So if you haven't watched out that episode, well, you should definitely watch that out, whose link you can find in the description of this video. And now, before we move ahead and learn how to build our own smart Matter-based motion sensor, let me first thank the sponsor of today's video. So this video is sponsored by Altium, and you must have already heard about Altium software a lot from my videos, but you may ask that, hey Sachin, I'm a student, I can't afford Altium license, or else I don't know how to use it. Well, I got a special news for you all people. So Altium came up with something really exciting for all the students in India called as Altium Student Lab, in which you can enroll for free with your university email ID, and later you'll get free access to Altium license, PCB design courses and certification as well from Altium upon completion of the courses, which will truly highlight your resume. And the most amazing thing about using and learning Altium software is that this software is accepted globally by a lot of well-known tech companies. So if you are a student from India, well, you should not miss out this opportunity. Just click the link mentioned in the description right now and enroll for free for Altium Student Lab. Okay, so here is the code that we're going to use for our episode 6 to make our own smart motion sensor via Matter protocol. And the hardware we're going to use for this project is Xiao C6 and PIR motion sensor. And these are the necessary versions that we have used while testing this code. Okay, so make sure you have the same version to get the same results as we are getting. Okay, so let's start with the code. So first of all, the necessary library. So there is only one single library, which is the basic Matter library that we need to use here. Then here we have used one single endpoint only, which is occupancy sensor. Now here it is not just a motion sensor, it's kind of an occupancy sensor. So here we can use any of the motion or occupancy sensor other than the PIR motion sensor, okay? But the code will be the same, okay? So let's move ahead, and here we are using a PIR sensor at the digital pin D0, and here we are using the LED as the built-in LED. Now here LED is just for indicating if the motion is detected or not onto the hardware side, in case if you want to see, okay? So that's why I have used the built-in LED only. And here we are using the boot button just for decommissioning purpose, because here we don't have any use case of a physical button, okay? Lastly, these are necessary variables for checking the decommissioning time of the button. Let's move on to the setup part. So beginning the serial communication, beginning input output, pretty common, and then we are beginning the occupancy sensor endpoint, and later we are beginning the Matter related services. Once Matter is enabled, we are printing down the pairing code and the URL for pairing our Matter device with any of the Matter hub onto the serial monitor. Once it's done, the setup part is completed. Let's move on to the loop part, and later we'll discuss this particular function. So in the loop, well, it is very, very simple, because here we are just checking the decommissioning period, okay, whether the button is pressed for more than decommissioning period or not. And if it is so, it will just decommission this module so that we can connect it with the other Matter hub, or maybe with the same Matter hub if you want, okay? And the last line of this loop is all about the occupancy sensor, okay? So here what we are doing, we are updating the occupancy sensor to the Matter hub by reading the sensor's data using this function. So now let me take you to this function and see what's actually happening. Okay, so here is the function which is for reading the PIR sensor and update the occupancy state. So what we are doing is we are first of all checking the state of the PIR sensor, whether it is on or off, high or low, you can say. And if the state is changed, we are checking if it is more than the debouncing time period, just to see if it is not an error data. And once it is sure that it is an actual data change, then what we are doing, we are just printing down whether the sensor is triggered or whether there is someone in the room or not, okay, occupied or unoccupied, you can say. And that state is also stored in the last state, which we are returning back to the function. And before that, what we are doing is we are also turning on and off the onboard LED based upon the sensor's data, okay. So the last state is returned by this particular function, which is ultimately given to this function, which will ultimately send the data to the Matter hub. And that's the simple code. Like, we are just sending the PIS sensors data to the hub, and later to trigger the other home automation devices, trigger the alarm, all those things are not done here in the code. Rather, it will be done onto the Matter based application. Maybe it's Amazon's ecosystem, maybe it's Google ecosystem. All the logic will be developed onto the Matter hub side. That's the beautiful part of this Matter protocol. We have to do least thing in the code, and we can do all the modifications later into the hub part using the mobile application without having hard coded hardware. Okay, so yeah, that's the great thing, a great flexibility, you can say. Okay, so that was a simple code, and now what I'll do is I'll just select the right board and COM port, which is already selected, and I will make sure that the erase all flash is enabled and the partition scheme is set to use APP. With all those settings, I'll straight away hit the upload button, and now uploading the code will take couple of seconds, so let me wait for it, and later I'll show you how to pair this device with the Amazon's ecosystem. Okay, so after successfully uploading the code here on the screen monitor, as you can see, I got the manual pairing code and the QR code URL as well to pair this device with the Matter ecosystem. So let me show you the demo by integrating it with the Amazon's ecosystem. For that, on a smartphone, just open up the Alexa mobile application, go to devices, click on plus, and click on add device. Here you can tap on the first option, connect your Matter device, click on next, click on yes, and here I'll try to pair it with the numeric code. So I'll click on try numeric code instead and enter code. Here I will enter this code shown in the serial monitor. After entering the code, just click on the next button, click on connect, and now we just need to wait for this device to get connected with this Matter ecosystem. Now here, make sure the smartphone, the device, and the Matter hub are close to each other at the time of pairing. This says device isn't Matter certified. That's okay. Click on yes, and it will still work. Okay, so here as you can see, the motion sensor found and connected. Click on next, and here you can rename the device if you want. In my case, I'll leave it as it is, first motion sensor. Click on update name. In case if you want to add it to your existing group, you can click on that and add to group, and click on continue, and done. So here as you can see, I got the new device, first motion sensor. And as of now, as you can see, the orange LED on board is turned on. That means the motion is triggered or detected by this sensor. So as of now, while using it for the very first time, make sure you give the PIS sensor some time to calibrate. So as of now, I'll just stand still without doing any motion, and let's wait for this LED to turn off. Okay, so as you can see, the orange LED got turned off. That means now this PIS sensor is stable, and on the Alexa mobile application, as you can see, we got no motion detected. So everything seems stable and working now. And as I moved my hand a little bit, the orange LED got turned on, and soon on this app, as you can see, it got reflected, the motion detected. So this thing is working completely fine. As soon as any movement happened near the range of this PIS sensor, it will trigger and it will update that status here on the mobile application. And later we can do anything, like we can provide any of the application or the end task to be performed after the motion is detected. Now, how to do that? Well, let me guide you. For that, you just need to click on create routine, click on plus, and here we need to provide the condition and the action to be performed when the condition is satisfied. So first of all, let's provide the condition, and the condition is inside the smart home, and it is about the first motion sensor. So I want that when the motion is detected, I want to perform some action. So now what action do we perform? Well, for that I'll tap here, and here again I'll click on smart home, and already have a smart bulb connected with it. And here you can choose any of the device that is connected with your Amazon's ecosystem or any of the Matter enabled ecosystem. So I'll select smart bulb, and here I want to power on that bulb as soon as the motion is detected. So that's the simple logic I have created here. And next what I'll do, I'll create another logic or another routine, you can say, in which when the motion is not detected, since let's just say, for example, only for let's say 1 minute, if there is no motion detected, then I want to turn off that bulb. Okay, likewise you can increase that time period as well. Like if the motion is not detected, let's say for more than 10 minutes, that means there is no one in the room, and then you can turn off the bulb automatically. Okay, so you can just change that time period. For demo purpose, I have chosen 1 minute, and I'll click on the save button. So I created two different routines, and now let me test that routine in action and show you the results. So here, as you can see, the orange LED is turned off, and on the Alexa application it says no motion detected. So yeah, everything seems stable now. And if I move my hand near the sensor, as you can see, the bulb got turned on instantly, and after some time it will be reflected on the Alexa All application as well. It do take some time, as you can see, it detected now, but the routine is like performed or triggered instantly. Now I'll wait and stand still for at least 1 minute so that I don't do any movements, and let's see if it turns off or not. Let's wait for it. Okay, so everything seems stable now. The LED got turned off, and even on the application it says no motion detected. Now after a minute the bulb should get automatically turned off as per our routine. Let's wait for that. And yes, as you can see, the bulb got turned off, and even my phone screen got turned off, but I cannot touch the phone, otherwise it will trigger the motion. But yeah, both the routines work completely fine. If I wave my hand now, as you can see, it turned on the bulb instantly. That's how you can create multiple routines, and based on this matter-based sensor, you can trigger multiple devices at once. And not just appliances, but you can also trigger alarms. Let me show you the demo. So here for another demo, I created a routine where as soon as the motion is detected, I am playing the buzzer 3 times on my Alexa Echo Dot, you can say. So that's the routine I have created. If I click on the finish button, and yes, as you can see, this is the new routine, and now let's test this routine in action. Okay, so as you can see, there is no motion detected, and also the orange LED is turned off. If I wave my hand here near the sensor, not only the light got turned on, but it also triggered the buzzer, the alarm, you can say. So as I said, likewise, you can integrate multiple routines with just one single trigger. So yeah, that was all about the 6th episode of our ESP32 Matter series, where we learned how to build our own smart matter-based motion sensor via Amazon's ecosystem. And now, in the next episode, we're going to learn how to build our own smart matter fan controller, in which we can not just turn on and off the fan, but can also control its speed all via Matter protocol. And we already learned how to control lights and all those stuff, but fan is also a very important part of smart home, and hence we'll learn how to control that along with its speed. So make sure you subscribe to the channel right now to get notified whenever we publish the upcoming episode. And yes, don't forget to get your Xiao ESP32-C6 board right now to follow all the projects that we're gonna make in our entire matter-based series. And let me tell you, the Xiao ESP32-C6 board is available for sale on our website techiesms.com, whose link you can find in the description of this video. And in case if you watched this video carefully, well, you must have seen a unique coupon code with the help of which you can avail a special discount on the Xiao C6 board purchase from our website. So yeah, that was all about this video, and help us to reach to maximum people out there by liking the video and sharing it within your network. And let's teach everyone about how to use Matter protocol. And yeah, with that being said, I'm just ending this video here, and now just wait for our next video. Until then, explore, learn, share with me, techiesms.